Welcome to Module 10 of the Small Business 101 webinar series. This module is all about your insurance and hedging against risk in your business. Now that you have your intellectual property in place, which is protecting the upside of your business, we need to worry about protecting ourselves against the worst case scenarios that could happen. With this module, you will be fortifying your business against potential risks. This is the 10th module of 10 that complete the Small Business 101 webinar series. The Small Business 101 webinar series is designed to give you the practicalities of starting up your business. The Small Business 101 series will get you started with some of the most important information you need to know as a startup entrepreneur. The goal of this module is to protect your business against potential risks that could be in the near or distant future. In the last module, we walked through your intellectual property. You now have a sustainable competitive advantage, and you have done this cost effectively. Now that we have our intellectual property, we're going to figure out if we need insurance and what types we need to invest in. We will understand some of the common ones and get an understanding of what are the ones that our type of business might start investigating. A common mistake an entrepreneur might make at this point in time is not getting professional advice about what type of insurance is necessary. It is good to have a second opinion from an accountant, financial advisor, and along with an insurance broker to give you the information that you will need. The purpose of insurance is to reduce your business exposure to the effects of particular risks. Almost all businesses buy insurance, but the type and amount of coverage and what you will need to purchase will vary according to the particular risks your business may be exposed to and how much risk you are willing to personally bear. These could include damage to or the loss of physical assets, such as your premises or equipment, illness or death of key members of staff, compensation claims against the business or its directors by employees or customers, business interruption caused by external events. Your business may also be legally obliged to have certain insurances. So let's get started in figuring out what insurance makes sense. To do this, we're going to walk through the following: compulsory insurance, other types of insurance, and to be prepared. Compulsory insurance. What do you need to have? And when do you have to have it? Other types of insurance, including your business liability, key person insurance, property insurance, revenue protection, other niche insurances, and employee benefits and health insurance. And to be prepared. You want to contact an insurance broker to discuss what non-compulsory insurance you may need. Let's begin. Let's get started with the compulsory insurances. This is what you must and need to have. Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, also known as WSIB. WSIB is Ontario's centralized workplace safety advocates and provides training as well as insurance to ensure that injured employees are treated fairly and are supported throughout their time in getting back to work. They advocate on behalf of the employees and provide the insurance to help the employees in getting back to work or be fairly compensated. Any business that has employees needs to have WSIB or an alternative to this type of insurance that protects the employees at the same or higher levels than WSIB. On WSIB's website, located at www.wsib.on.ca, there is detailed information on how to get more information about WSIB and how to register. There are different WSIB insurance rates and requirements depending on your business. The second compulsory insurance is third-party personal injury insurance. This is compulsory insurance if you have a car that is part of the business. A third-party personal injury insurance would provide protection if someone else was hurt during as a result of a driving accident. Those are the two major types of insurance that you must have for your business if you have employees for the first one and if you have a car for the second one. Make sure you talk to your insurance broker to ensure you have adequate coverage. But that doesn't mean that that is all of the insurance that you should or could have. Insurance is just that, insuring you and your business against the worst case scenarios that could happen. All businesses take some risks, but taking too many risks or failing to protect yourself does not make good business sense. Could your business survive if one of the partners dies or becomes disabled? Would you have sufficient cash on hand to deal with any business emergency that could arise? In many cases, the answers to these and other questions about risk is no. You could decide not to purchase insurance, but then you would be exposed to risk. However, you wouldn't be paying the premiums that you are paying. So each of these decisions involves a cost-benefit analysis of what you could consider for your business. In all instances, a professional should be consulted. So now let's walk through the different types of insurance categories and the various specific types under each one. Business liability insurance. There are many different types of liability insurances for a company. Liability basically means that you have to take accountability for the risk. You are responsible. Commercial General Liability, or CGL. This is a standard insurance that will cover an injury to clients or employees on the property. This is important for any office, store, warehouse, or other premises that you might own. Home business insurance would be an extension of this for when you are using your home as your place of business, as it is connected with your home insurance. The same type of insurance, but for off-site work, is occupier's liability. This protects you and your employees when performing work in someone's home or other place. There is also special event liability if your business is running an event off-site and needs to cover their liability. This could even be a parade or festival where you require additional insurance. Next is product liability insurance. This is to insure against injury or harm caused from a product that has a defect. This is important for all industries, but for food industries where the product is consumed, there can be a higher risk that would need to be hedged against. Professional liability insurance is for errors, omissions, or negligence. This is for industries with professional services that require a duty of care and a standard of care. This is to protect against the risk of being sued. There is also directors and officers liability professional liability insurance for the directors of a corporation or a nonprofit. Cyber liability is a newer form of insurance that protects the business from a lawsuit related to electronic security breach. This can include the theft of electronic devices or hacking. Again, contact your insurance broker for more details and the applicability of these various insurance options for your business. Next is key person insurance. This is mostly for sole proprietorships, partnerships, and startups where a single person could be the most important successful factor of the business. These key people, usually the owners, might need to have the following insurance to form. Partners get debt financing, getting investments, or even in getting other types of insurance. These are life insurance. Your family is protected from having to take on the debt of your business or any taxes or other accounts payable. While partnership insurance will help you buy out your partner or get shares in the business if they pass away. Disability insurance will provide income for a set time period if you are unable to work. And critical insurance gives a lump sum if you are diagnosed with a critical illness. And finally, key person insurance. You can insure against a key person leaving, including the president, partner, or key employee. Another point to note here is in addition to discussing your insurance options with an insurance broker, you may also want to speak to your accountant to find out which of these are deductible as business expenses and which ones you will need to pay for yourself as an individual. Property insurance. Anything to protect your property is something that we do outside of our business, including our home insurance. Any property that is owned by the business could also be insured. Property insurance is for the property and buildings. This would be the equivalent of home insurance for your business properties. Contents insurance covers any other equipment, inventory, or other assets. This would be needed in a leased space, a rented space, or if you are storing business assets at your home. Commercial automobile is the same as personal automobile insurance, but for your business's car. There are a few specifics to business insurance that could be very important for you. First, business interruption insurance. This protects your business if you need to shut down temporarily due to fire or other disaster. Accounts receivable insurance through Export Development Canada protects exporters on up to 90% of their accounts receivables overseas. This incentive is huge as it allows businesses to export and not have to be as concerned about collection, which can be difficult due to distance and legalities of collection over borders. And finally, crime. If you are concerned about theft or employee theft, this is a possibility. You can almost insure anything. You just need to be able to prove that you are minimizing your risk in any reasonable way and speak with an insurance broker. In fact, many niche industries will repetitively see that there is a risk and new forms of insurance emerge to minimize or hedge the risk in that particular industry. The logistics and transportation industry, for example, recognize this for two parts of their business. Fleet risk, which is insuring multiple drivers with multiple pieces of equipment. These fleets of trucks and drivers have a special niche insurance that has been created to handle this challenge. Claim management was another insurance created to pay for damage claims to cargo. Transportation companies have claim management insurance to protect themselves. Another industry that needed a niche insurance is the restaurant and bar industry with the liquor liability insurance, which protects the business when being sued by people who have been injured due to overconsumption in that particular institution. As new industries and needs emerge, new forms of insurance will continue to be created. And finally, health insurance. Although this is optional, there is a need to have health insurance above basic medical health insurance provided by the government, as it is easier to recruit and retain employees. It helps them stay healthy and remain competitive, and it is best to be the same or better than expected as an employer before someone complains. Health insurance can be purchased in a standard package, or there can be flexible benefit packages that are created for your employees. Even as a self-employed person, you can get additional health insurance to cover yourself and your family. Be prepared. Insurance is a critical consideration for all business owners. You want to minimize your risk and protect yourself, employees, and your customers. Talking to an insurance broker to find out what types of insurance you need costs nothing and will ensure you are informed of what types of non-compulsory insurance you will need to have adequate coverage in the business liability, key person, property, revenue protection, and niche insurance areas. Get prepared by having this information ready before you talk to an insurance broker. Your business's full legal name. What industry your business is in. The business type. Is it a sole, partnership, or corporation? And for partnership and corporation, make sure you have the ownership details. Your business's mailing address. Your business's address if different than the mailing address. If you are conducting business in more than one location, have these details. An overview of the business operations, which describe what the business does, who the customers are. Basically, an overview of what your business is all about and how it delivers the product or service that you sell. Years in business. If it is a new venture, the years of experience that you have had in the industry. Total gross sales in the past 12 months. And if it is a new venture, anticipated gross sales over the upcoming 12 months. The number of employees and the type of employees. Are these on payroll, subcontracted, contract employees, etc.? Professional exposure. If your business is providing some form of advice or treatment, etc., you want to highlight that. With having this information summarized and ready, you will be able to find out what types of insurance you should be considering. And don't forget to think about your customers. If your customers require you to have minimum levels of certain types of insurance coverage, make sure you identify this as well. Module 10 was all about insurance requirements and needs for your business. We went through compulsory insurance requirements, the types of insurance, and ensuring you discuss with an insurance professional and have the necessary information to determine what your non-compulsory insurance needs may be. The right type of business insurance can provide peace of mind in both your personal and business life. Now you understand some of the insurance types out there that could help to protect you and your business. Module 10 is the 10th of 10 modules for the Small Business 101 webinar series. Let's get going.